Hey guys, how are we? This video is a bit of a spontaneous one. I'm just setting up a mower for a customer and adjusting the reel to bed knife, and I thought I've always wanted to do a video on contact versus no contact, and I thought I'll go get the camera and I'll do that now. So there's on the socials and everything like that, there's the no contact club and everything, and I will be totally honest, no contact sounds awesome. So this mower, I've just done it for the purposes of the video. This will be pretty funny if it doesn't if it doesn't do it. So you can see there it's cutting the whole way across the bed knife, and there's no contact there. First and foremost, in my opinion, and I'm only new to it, and I'm not saying I'm an expert at anything, and there's other people who would have far more experience than me. In my opinion, the no contact is a bit of like a flex of businesses showing, hey, this is how good I can get a grind, and that's essentially what it is basically a way to sort of quantify the quality of the grinders or the quality of the workmanship of actually setting the mower up. So it's a way of showing, the reel is perfectly true, you've gotten rid of any tapers, you've ground the bottom blade or the bed knife perfectly horizontal there, it's perfect mating surface, you don't need contact and it'll still cut. So in my opinion, that's that's how it's sort of good for marketing purposes, I guess. So for a business, it is good for me to put out a video like that, showing that, because it shows that, first of all, our grinders are really excellent, but also the workmanship and the setting of it is also really, really good. And so, yeah, I think that's sort of how the no contact thing came about, more so, was a bit of a point of difference for businesses to show. Something that might be of interest to you is the majority of contractors and commercial operators that turn up want contact. A lot of the people who want no contact are residential users. And that could be due to a number of reasons. Like it could be, and a lot of contractors will say, I don't want to be stuffing around adjusting it time and time again. And that's something to note. So Toro in their, I think it's Reel Mower Basics manual, I'll put a link in the description to all of the literature behind this and behind why I formed my opinion in the first place. I'll put that all in the links in the description because I think you might actually really enjoy reading that if you're anything like me. But Toro basically say that once you get a sharpen, it's 2 mows and then you're readjusting. So if you've bought a cylinder mower, please understand it is not a set and forget piece of equipment. You don't just pick it up from the sharpeners and then mow like that until the next sharpen. You will need to continuously readjust your reel to bed knife depending on what you're doing over time. So if you're going to set it up like this, no contact, and again, I've just done this for the purposes of this video. If you're going to set it up like this, for some people, it won't be cutting paper after 1 mow or after 2 mows. And for a lot of you, that is within a week because you're mowing twice a week. So there's my first sort of con for no contact, is you're going to be adjusting it within a week anyway, maybe 2 weeks maximum. I think, actually I might have a prop. I might have a prop for this. So I think there's a lot of disagreements in this little industry, and that's fine. That's all, as long as it's constructive, that's all good. One thing I think we can all agree on is cylinder mowers replicate, I guess, the cutting action of scissors. And that's why they give a superior cut to a lawn. Have you ever heard a pair of scissors cut paper with no contact? It's how they work. It's the fundamentals of how they work. So when you get your mower sharpened, or your reel mower sharpened, sorry, you should be getting 2 angles ground on the bed knife, and you get your real spin ground. Now what happens is you actually need the contact between those surfaces, and I'm not talking like, it should just, that'll look really great on camera. It should just be really light contact. Even if it's just really light contact, you need that contact there, because if you have an air gap, what is going to keep these edges on these surfaces? And they're different grades of steel and whatever, but how are you going to keep those edges if there's no contact? And you know, there's tools like the bed knife buddy to keep the face there. Yep, sure, that's one thing. But what about where the reel goes into the recess of the bed knife? So if you're not maintaining that contact, you are losing the sharpness on those two surfaces. So they need to actually come into contact to keep that, otherwise they go dull. You don't go and sharpen a knife with air. You don't just like nunchucks or whatever. You're going to actually use another piece of steel to sharpen that. And I guess the same concept is here, with these surfaces actually being in contact. So if I keep it like that, I will start tearing my grass blades. That will then be susceptible to turf diseases, and can really lead to a diminished quality of cut. So that's how I formed my opinion on the whole contact versus no contact. I still think that showing no contact for business owners, I can understand that. In terms of how it should be set up, I'll be controversial. It should be set up with contact. And those are the reasons why. So anyways, guys, a really short video, pretty opportunistic video setting this one up. I've actually got to change it now because I'm about to put a centrifugal clutch on it, so it needs more contact for that anyways. But yeah, I can see how this is really satisfying to hear that or not hear that, and then see it cutting the whole way along. However, in terms of your turf health and the longevity of your sharpen, if you continue to have it set at no contact, those surfaces will need grinding faster than, say, if you did have contact. So perhaps I'm a terrible business person. I should probably not be saying that. I should probably, in a business sense, I should be saying, yeah, set at no contact because you'll be bringing it back to me sooner rather than later. But I'm here to try and educate as best I can. Anyways, I hope you're all being well, guys. I'm sorry I haven't had any videos out for a little bit of time, but hopefully this sort of makes up for that. Bit of a different one. I'll catch you next time on Lawn Care Australia.